First of all, Jamie's gonna hear that. Jamie's gonna see his teammate die. Dimasic falls already. Now Krisen as well as Buster be the defender of that site. Krisen has not been spotted yet, and that's getting a little tricky. Buster is just burning away. That could be Krisen finding more. He gets himself Stewie as well. Now he needs to find Bolt, and there's the assistance arriving with Jame. Krisen on the triple. Also Jamie having a fairly fast way to assist on the A side. Let's see if Fallen rips off a head. Nearly does. Krisen is a little bit more cautious right now as he doesn't want that anyone takes down his head. And there goes that shot there from Fallen. Makes it work with the kicker. Fur doesn't see a thing, but still finds Krisen there. So that means Dimasic, who's now tech down to 27, fully blind to find a few. Stewie's not into it. The Glock does it. And that means an MP9 as well as a Jame with just the FAMAS doing it. But the head... Fur is right now. I'm gonna give Kicker kind of idea to find Fur. Does so, rotates out the way, but Stewie, as silent as he is, can come from the side, flank Krisen where he didn't expect it. That B site now in favor and in the hands of SK Gaming, as they shouldn't have too much of a problem now making the move directly on the site. They still have a smoke. Balls could throw them down onto CT. He does exactly that. Kicker has a little tiny gap there. He could abuse that fairly well, but can't do it onto Fallen. That bomb's going down either way. Makes the move onto Stewie, but he can't take down Mr. J. That's fast movement here from Stewie together with Fur. It's both want to go full throttle in that aggression. Krisen finds at the same time Bolts. The B side still with 2. The ops are making it work right now, and Jame, that shot should have been yours there. It works there in the end. Only Fur alive, and we have the second one pretty surely for Avangar, except Fur has some kind of killing formula to take out 4. Hard to imagine, trapped in the corner, Kicker coming from the other direction. Rotation over goes to Squeaky and Main with probably an A split happening. Krisen though getting coldzera in the process. That's a Fur not finding his counterparts. Major damage being dealt, but over Highway, Fur does not find the frag onto Jame. That makes it a little bit uncomfortable. The stab should now have been heard. Fallen finds himself Jame there for some reason. Dimasic on his own. He's back on the site and Stewie with those shots! He's a smoke criminal, but this time he's not moving through the smokes, he shoots through them. And suddenly he finds the only hole back on the A site. 4 HP onto Krisen, 100 onto Buster. That retake just got a hell lot of tougher at that point. As they both have a kid in the smoke. The 100 HP player is carrying around that AWP, and the shots need to be accurate right now. They need to find what they're looking for. Stu rotates around, and the smoke right now onto Buster could help. Fallen has only the AWP, otherwise he needs to make it work with that Glock. Fallen, do you do it? That's the wrong angle. He doesn't find himself that one. So Avangar, that splits towards B has been established. Buster in a very uncomfortable position, can still run away, and Krisen does his job onto 1, but not much more than that. Body shot away from dying. Job at least gets coldzera, and that now needs to be the bomb retrieved. That nade goes deep. Barely does damage. The Molotov doesn't hold it off from Bolts. Doesn't get close enough. The Flames not doing its job that well. At least SK Fur has been found. That means Fallen through the smoke sees the first. Kicker wants to move through, but no chance about that. Jame as well as Dimasic. Oh, he just jumps down. He probably has been hurt. Fallen needs to find him right now. They do it together. That means the op hungry enough to do it. Doesn't seem to be the case. Jame running the other hand though. That gives you a good advantage. Fur though finds himself Kicker as the flash worked out perfectly. Dimasic can only react onto Fallen. There's the op from Buster doing a good job. 2 AWPs left. Not the best thing to really have with you. You want to retake such a close range site. Oh, Buster though, that shot was brutal. Finding Stewie behind the forklift. There's still a Fur hiding. He's already on 3 frags. If he wants to defend the bomb, he probably needs to do an ace. He goes up onto Catwalk and waits it out on short. Oh, James sees him, and there he falls brutally on the CT side. Hold up Avangar as early as you can, because otherwise you might fall short earlier than you would like to. That was a flashbang working, and the Buster taken out. Stewie finds Krisen as well. Stewie's right now on some good shots. That one's more is down to Jame. Nice Deagle, a Glock headshot, of course, onto Fur. Ball positioning is good. He gets taken out as well. Falls down in front of the feet of coldzera. Oh, and I think he baited him. I'm not quite sure if coldzera heard that. I'm not 100% certain. Number one actually realized that there was noise going back from A main towards Squeaky. There's a kid on site, if I'm not seeing it wrong. There it is. So no big pressure onto coldzera. He just needs to find the frag. Whilst on the other hand, Jay needs the perfect awareness. Does he have that perfect awareness? Does he check the right corner at the right time? Or will it be coldzera actually landing the USPS headshot? And I think he could have saw him here. He finds it! And James is ruling. Stewie right now. Find himself Demasic, and that's an important frag. Fur now needs to be taken out as well. Can that B site, the A site, still be maintained? Fur does his best with that. But back on the side of coldzera Heights, from behind the Stewie is there, and Buster. Can he bust them is the question. coldzera knows. From the site, Buster now comes. Stewie takes him out. Away. Avangar's preparing themselves for that A site control. Fur taken out. Number one found. Bolt's back on the side. He throws the bolt off right kind of way, but that's gonna fade just a second. And there's no smoke on the side. Kicker finds bolts. Falling on the butt shit up right there. That's a bit of a problem. coldzera's there to help, but Buster, the head surgeon clinic has opened. The Kazakhstan player, he does a few free trial operations. A bit of a problem taking on Fallen in that one. Kicker now needs to do it with Stewie. Gets that so. Oh, and only 5 HP he has left. Kicker, do it smart. He has a kit. He finds him though. Fallen with 24 HP. But there it comes. And there the fire starts. James with the first one onto Fur. Bolt still hides himself. Casually taken out here. Kicker doesn't stop. And only 2 more men. Put it down to 1. Forget about it. Only Stewie. An MP9 and a dream right now for the American. Can he clutch this out? No chance. 16-7. Avangar